Hello again, library families. My name is Miss Jessica, and today I have an experiment for us to try together. One of the most important ways to be sustainable is to learn more about our environment that we live in and how we can take care of it. One thing that humans do that might negatively affect the environment is sometimes accidents happen and oil spills occur. Oil spills happen when oil gets leaked out into the water in our oceans or our lakes, and then the marine life could die or get sick, and then our water isn't clean either. So today we're going to do a little experiment to see what happens when an oil spill occurs and see if we can come up with a way to fix it. So for this experiment, you'll need a couple different things. The first thing we need is a bucket or a container or anything you have, and you need to put some water in the bottom of it. The next thing we're going to need is some oil. It can be vegetable oil or whatever oil you can find. This is to represent our oil spill. We'll also need some dish soap, a spoon, and then we need some paper towel and some cotton balls. The first step is to take some oil and pour it into the water. So we're going to pretend like this is an oil spill that has occurred, and now all the oil is polluting the water, so we need to see if we can figure out how to fix this. If you look inside your tray, you will see that the water and the oil stay separated, and that's because water and oil have different densities. So maybe this might help us be able to get rid of the oil easier. I'm going to try to use the cotton balls first to get rid of it. I think that if I dip the cotton balls into the oil, it might soak up the oil and then get rid of it. So let me give it a try. What is yours doing? Mine is getting some of the oil, but not all of it, and this would be a lot of work to go through all of the oil and get it with those cotton balls. So maybe let's give something else a try. I think that I could use the spoon to scrape across the top of the water and get the oil off, because all my oil is floating to the top. Give it a try with me and see what happens. I see that it's a little bit tricky to get just the oil. You get a lot of water too, and sometimes you miss bits of the oil too. So maybe a spoon might not be the best option either. I think the paper towel might work like the cotton balls. We can try and soak some of the oil up in the paper towel, but let's see how it goes. I can see it's getting some of it, but not a lot of it, and I still see lots of bubbles of oil inside. So I'm going to say the paper towel did not work very well. So I only have one thing left, and that is my dish soap. Now, many of you have probably seen commercials on TV where there's little ducks with the oil on them, and then they take dish soap and clean them with it. And the reason why they do this is because dish soap actually has different chemicals in it that mix with the oil and break it apart into smaller pieces so that it's no longer a problem in our oceans. So let's see what happens if we pour some dish soap into the oil in our bucket. Give it a try on yours too, and you'll see why dish soap is very important. So mine, as soon as the dish soap hit the water and the oil, all the oil pushed all the way to one side, and it is starting to disappear in certain spots. What happened with yours? Did the same thing happen? So now we've learned that dish soap is actually the best way to clean up oil, because now it has pushed all the oil to one spot, so we can either use one of our other methods to clean it up, or like I said before, the dish soap can also break down the oil if we add enough and wait long enough. Now, scientists will not necessarily use dish soap to clean up the ocean, but they will use something similar that breaks down all the oil in the ocean and cleans it up so that our marine life doesn't suffer when an accident happens, like an oil spill. I hope you had fun learning something new with me today, and I will see you back again next week. Goodbye, everyone!